my God, I see an angel. And he was stunned. And when he did, the glory of God fell over the whole place. And the whole place erupted. I mean, just erupted. I mean, people were on their knees. People were turned around praying on their chair. People were shouting. It's like, it was pandemonium. And I stepped back. I learned the hard way what you do when the glory of God comes is nothing. Because when that happens, you keep your mouth shut. You let God do what God's doing. And so I let it go on. And while it's all going and while all of this is happening, all of a sudden the interpreter starts saying, my Father, you have loved us from the beginning. Before time began, you have loved us. And he begins to say the very same words that JT 5 years prior gave. I was like, what? And God said, this is the moment. This is what happened 5 years ago, and it was for this. I'm telling you, it shook me. I've never, it's like, how does that even happen? Only God. But how does it happen? It happens when there's a people that are willing to just go for things with God. Allow God to use them. Don't get stuck in the rigidness of tradition, in the rigidness of religion, in the rigidness of whatever that box is, because you can't put God in a box. He's not there in that box with you. All right, what did he do with Abraham when Abraham was inside his tent saying, look, what are you going to give me, seeing that I go childless? Right after God had said, fear not, Abraham, I'm your shield and your exceeding great reward. Abram's response was, well, so what are you going to give me, seeing I don't have a child? Like, he's not very grateful. And so what did God do? He took him out of his box, took him out of his tent, took him out of what was limiting to him. And he said, now look to the heavens. See the stars that I created. If you can count them, so shall your seed be. He took him to a place without limitation. My God, he wants to take you to a place without limitation. He wants to take you to a place that you've never experienced before. He's got great plans for each and every one of us. He will take you to different countries, even when you don't want to go. But if you're willing to say yes to it, let him take you. Even if you're fearful, even if you feel limited, even if you don't feel qualified, go with God. If you're expecting an unlimited God to do unlimited things in your limited expectation, that don't work. You got to get out of your limited thinking and get into his unlimited thinking, which means you have to allow the limits to be taken off.